coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, the Monday edition, President's Day. We love our collaboration with the Covered Bridge, and Kim got to sit down and talk to Bobby and Kim of the Covered Bridge. Let's take a look.
Now, I'm so excited. Our next guest joining us here on the couch are locals. They have so much information, and they are the founders of the Covered Bridge magazine. I've got Bobby and Kim joining me today. How are you guys?
So good. Thanks for having us, Kim.
Yeah,
Great to have you both. So congratulations, new issue just hit the stands. So talk to me about Covered Bridge, and Kim, I'd love to chat with you about it. Tell me a little bit about the magazine. What number issue is this?
Yeah, so Covered Bridge is 2 years old now, and this is our 5th issue, so it's a semi-annual publication. Comes out in December and June every year. We also have digital, so you can stay connected with us year-round. But we really so Bobby and I own a publishing company, a media company in West Vail. It's called Jaunt Media Collective, and we have 2 other print publications and 4 titles total. And Covered Bridge is actually it's actually not our newest now, but it was our newest until recently. And we just saw a need for a magazine in this valley that really represented the locals and bridged our community from East Vail to Gypsum.
Absolutely, and I've seen a few of your other publications as well, but this is just so beautiful. I love the color, or the cover. The artwork on it is amazing. So talk to me, Bobby, a little bit about this issue. What's different from the previous one, and how do you feel it displays what Covered Bridge magazine really is?
Absolutely. I mean, from the start, we've always wanted to celebrate the valley as a whole, then the legacy that really brought everything here originally. But each issue, I feel like, gets better, better, and better. And this is the abundance issue. And what you'll find in it is that common thread throughout the publication. So whether the article is about getting outside and training in the mountains, whether it's about a great artist that's locally living here, that's creating art for you, it all has that theme of abundance tied through it. And I say this every issue, but I believe this is my favorite issue.
Well, I love the passion behind it. So you mentioned the theme of abundance. Talk to me, I guess, Kim, I'll direct this question at you. Talk to me about what the underlying theme through it was, and how did you come up with abundance?
It's fun to come up with themes because we have a small team and sort of spitfire back and forth of what are we feeling, what's the vibe going to be in December when this comes out. And we had a wonderful summer issue, and we just rolled right into what do people want when December hits? We want snow here in the valley. We want time with family and friends, and time to get out on the slopes and feel that abundance in our heart. So that was the initial inspiration, and then it just comes together from there. We have a section in the front of the magazine called Voices of the Valley, where we have 3 locals speak to the word or the idea of the theme, so awesome. Abundance. So you can see right in the start of the magazine that we have locals talking about what that means to them.
That's amazing. And so in regard to the stories, and Bobby, tell me, how did you collect all of the stories for this, and how did you decide which ones are going to make the cut?
Oh,
that's a tough question.
No, I mean, it's a great question, and especially for me, because I actually get to handle all of our marketing and partnerships.
Okay, great.
And I get a loose voice on what goes in the issue.
Okay.
But we have a great editorial team that really comes together. We get a lot of great pitches from local journalists that are in the state, all freelance workers. And then the team sits down and we kind of discuss really what fits the sections that we're looking for, and then also that theme that's kind of underlying. It doesn't have to be directly related to abundance, but how does that story tie into it? So it creates that cohesion throughout the magazine. But I wish I got to pick everyone that went in there. It'd be all articles about outdoor and adventure, and
dogs.
maybe lots of dogs. But because Kim and the team has a say on it, they put together a well-crafted magazine that covers everything we like to do, from style to fashion to going out to your favorite restaurant.
Well, I love the tagline, crossing leisure and adventure in the Vail Valley. So that gives an article for basically everyone as they come in. So Kim, I know this is really focused on the locals here, but it's a great way for any tourists and visitors to really learn more about our valley. And what are you hoping that they get from reading this magazine?
We have a section toward the end of the magazine called Live Like a Local. And in celebrating our locals,
flip through it.
Yeah, in celebrating our locals, we really get to inspire our visitors.
I love that.
From local to tourist. So this is a local that used to live here and actually moved away and got to come visit again and experience the valley as a tourist and Vail Village as a tourist. So yeah, just having anyone pick this up, whether they live here or they're visiting, and get so much out of it. Information, like Bobby was saying, on great restaurants, awesome outdoor adventure, gear, So if you live here, it's perfect. And if you don't live here, it might make you want to become a local a little more, or at least live like a local for the time that you're here.
Oh, it's just got stunning pictures and articles, and then I love the artwork on the cover. And so you are also partnering with TV8 and doing a lot of live interviews with content creators and contributors to the magazine. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have actually Max Rowe is our cover artist, and we'll be interviewing him soon. And it's so amazing that this is a piece of art, and I don't know how much you can tell from seeing this on television, but it really pops. We've gotten such amazing feedback on this piece of art that is our cover, and so we get to feature this as well as a story on Max and really his inspiration for creating art and for creating a cover piece.
It looks like a photograph.
I know.
Just from the distance, you
Yeah.
know, it looks like somebody just snapped a great photo of it, but when you
Yeah.
look up close, you can see all the brush strokes.
Yeah.
That's really great. So what other things can we expect from the TV interviews you all will be doing?
Yeah, so we'll be chatting with Bava Beauty and Wellness. So Madeline in Avon has opened a new beautiful spa, day spa in Avon. We're talking to Jen Brown, the executive director of Vail Veterans Program. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary in March.
Wow.
We're also talking with Brett and Tam Donaldson, who are local athletes and coaches, on an article titled "There's No I in Athlete," and having community and support around you as an athlete, from coach to couch. You need recovery time too. And we might sprinkle in some more articles as well. But it's been really great partnering with TV8.
Yeah, I think the TV8 partnership is really special, mainly because of our goals and values. TV8 has a really big focus on celebrating what is going on in the Valley, from the local, again, bringing in the tourist vibe to that too, to show them great places to go, great places to people to meet. So for us, it's really exciting because we share that core value, and it's great to be able to bring a story to the screen, and you know, interview with people like you. It's pretty amazing that we have that partnership.
Absolutely, and I love the idea of community and how we really, just so special here in the Valley for sure. Now, Bobby, where can we go to find all of the publications, all the things, and learn about the Covered Bridge magazine?
Yeah, whether you're in Denver, all the way down to Grand Junction, you can find Covered Bridge magazine. It is definitely hubbed here in the Vail Valley, so you're going to see a lot more of it here. I would say walking through the village, any of the kiosks will have magazines, any of the hotels that you walk into will have this publication. Hopefully your local favorite coffee shop will also have it. But yeah, you can also subscribe. It is a free publication, but if you want to get it directly to your mailbox, twice a year, feel free to go online on our website, coveredbridgevail.com, and subscribe to the issue.
Well, they're gorgeous collector's items too, and great to have on your coffee table, and just to have all of the collections of them. So this is issue number 5.
Issue number 5.
Issue number 5, year 2. Congratulations to you both. I love the winter and spring edition of Covered Bridge magazine. So thanks for coming on and for telling us all about it.
Thanks,
Thanks
Kim.
for having us.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this.
Good Morning Vail.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley, and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, Bobby and Kim from the Covered Bridge sat down with the Vail Veterans Program. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Fuller, and this is Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine.
And we have with us this morning Jen Brown, the Executive Director of Vail Veterans Program. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you. Great to see you both.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
you too.
Yeah, you too. We've had the pleasure of having the Vail Veterans Program in our magazine this issue, so our winter-spring issue of Covered Bridge. It's your 20th anniversary of Vail Veterans, and just a super exciting time to celebrate. So we're really happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about the program and what this 20th anniversary really means for you.
Well, first off, we're super excited to be celebrating our 20th this coming March, and I think it really signifies the power and the impact that this organization has had over the last 20 years. And it's really through Cheryl Jensen's vision and the support of the community that has made it what it is today. And I think the other important thing is that we're continuing to have an impact. Over the last 20 years, really, as we've seen conflict change around the world, we continue to see the need to serve wounded veterans and their families. And we're just grateful for the community and the partnerships that we've had to really evolve the programs that we offer today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so since 2004, you guys have helped almost 4,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned that the conflicts and other things are happening. Are you still seeing the trajectory of the program growing each year?
It's really interesting because we do see the need continue, and I think there's also a change in how we serve our participants. As injuries that are lifelong change, as we see our alumni go through maybe additional surgeries or on their healing journey, as their needs change, we can bring them back to our programs. And we've seen more female veterans come into the program over the course of a couple of years. We've also had the opportunity through Cheryl's work to evolve to support caregivers and provide support to families and kids in other ways, in addition to being on the slopes.
That's great. And so March is when everything happens.
March is really the true anniversary, and the goal is to bring our original 7 wounded vets back to be a part of our program. Our March program does take place at that time, so really the culmination of that week of programming, it's to really honor and show appreciation for our donors, our sponsors, and the community, and have those original 7 vets be present and participate in the 20th.
So yeah, you just brought up something I never really thought of. The 7 vets who started. Is this a program where someone attends once, or do they come back multiple years in a row, or how do you see them interacting with what you guys provide?
That is a great question. I'm so glad that you asked that, because one of the things that sets Vail Veterans Program apart is that we talk about bringing our participants into the Vail Veterans Program family. So if, let's say, they come for a January winter family program, it might be a couple of years later, we might invite them back for a summer program, or we might invite the wounded vet back for our golf program. We have a variety of ways in which we can help continue their healing experience. And I think one of the great things is, let's say 20 years ago somebody came and participated, maybe they're married now, or maybe their kids have moved on. We have other ways to bring them into the experience, and what we like to say is, once they come to Vail, they're a part of the Vail community and our family, and we're here to support them throughout the duration of their healing journey. It's really a lifetime.
I love that. I mean, that's fantastic. With the programs that you guys provide, obviously it started on snow, but you just brushed on a couple other things. When did you guys transition, and what are some of the other offerings that people can take advantage of?
Well, and this was really through Cheryl, and I think the journey that she has been on with the organization, it's through partnerships, through longtime supporters, families like the May family and Black Mountain Ranch. They created the opportunity to send 3 families each summer up to Black Mountain Ranch and have a complete Western experience. And that just evolved over time, but they've really been a partner with us for many, many years now, and through summer outdoor recreation. She started the summer programs, and we have rafting, fly fishing, hiking for those who like to hike, and just outdoor experiences that really expose our wounded vets and their families to what the outdoors is all about here, to the mountains, and really seeing and experiencing the outdoors in different ways, and mostly through an adaptive lens. One of the great examples is our rock climbing partners shared with me. They can create pulley systems. So if we have a vet who is maybe a double amputee, they can anchor the climbing ropes so that our vets can pull themselves up and actually experience rock climbing, which is incredible. And that's a great sport where family members even can participate together, and they all learn to overcome maybe fears and challenges and do something that they never imagined doing. Rafting is another great experience for them. There's nothing like being in rapids and in the springtime around here with the runoff. And we have so many of our winter supporters. A lot of our ski patrollers are rafting guides in the summertime. They've been around our programs for many, many years. So we tend to see a lot of the same supporters and faces. I think also really important is our adaptive ski and snowboard instructors are truly part of our family. We have instructors that have been with the program since the beginning, and they really are dedicated to helping our wounded vets rediscover their hope and learn how to do skiing and snowboarding and have new experiences on the hill through adaptive, whether it's ski, snowboard, or even ski biking.
That's amazing. And I'm sure, Cheryl, with her initial vision, didn't necessarily know how big this would get. And I love this quote, and maybe she did, but this is from Cheryl Jensen, and it's from our current issue on our feature on Vail veterans and the 20th year mark. We help them find something in their soul and feed their passion again. We're providing that avenue for them to realize they can do anything. So Cheryl was inducted into the Colorado Snow Sports Hall of Fame last August. So, speaking for her a little bit, what is the significance of what she's created and having that vision come to fruition?
Well, first off, Cheryl is an amazing individual, and I think her induction into the Colorado Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame really signifies celebrating all of her hard work. And she has done many, many things even beyond Vail Veterans Program, but I think it's the culmination of the 20 years celebrating her legacy. And 20 years ago, I'm sure she would say, I don't know if I would have been doing this today. And she is still actively involved in everything that we're doing, and it's her passion. It's her love for the veterans that we serve, their families, and it's her heart and soul. She has really shown me through her kindness, her patience, and really just her willingness to help others and go to the ends of the earth to help people. She's a special individual, and I think that's also what makes this program so special, is that it's that connection with our participants, and it's that genuine care and appreciation. And for those that we serve, they feel it. It's genuine and it's authentic, and it's just a gift that she has that she shares with others, and she excites us and really wants us to do more and inspires us to do more every day.
I love that.
I love it. I mean, it's quite a unique program that you guys created, and to me, one of the special parts, especially if you take a look at the article, is you're impacting, yes, the person, the individual, but it ripples out into their family. It ripples out into, like you said, maybe even the caregivers. And, you know, I think one of my favorite things about reading the article was one of the young ladies was talking about how it made her so excited to see her dad smile again. And like, that almost brings tears to my eyes just reading that. So it's pretty special that you guys have created a really unique program, but it's not just about the person, it's about them as a whole, and then including their family in on that journey with them.
And truly, I mean, for every program that we have those moments of, it's tears of joy. Cheryl has had 20 years of sharing in those tears and the journey with everybody, but there are those special moments, and that's truly where it's that one-on-one connection, and you feel the power of the experience and the impact. And it's discovery. You know, it might be mom, dad, it might be the child who have that, like, wow, I just did this moment, and then they did it together. And there aren't too many opportunities for these families to be together in a place where they are safe, protected, and can just be. It's really special.
Wow.
I love that.
So Jen, especially this March with the 20th anniversary, how can people get involved with the Vail Veterans Program with donations and with their just maybe even coming and helping, volunteering? What are some of the opportunities?
We really appreciate and love the support of our community, and if people would like to donate, we would be very grateful. People can go to vailveteransprogram.org and donate. And then the celebration is really sharing the stories throughout the next several months and talking about what we do and who we serve and showcasing really through that experience. So, you know, would love to come back and talk with you. And in terms of volunteering, we on our website have a way to contact us. We do have some volunteer opportunities. They're not large, but certainly, you know, if we have ways that we can bring in volunteers, we love to do so. But I think the most important thing is just honoring and really remembering the service that our nation's heroes provide, and really continuing to support them is the most important.
Wow. Well, thank you, Jen Brown, Executive Director of the Vail Veterans Program, who is celebrating its 20th anniversary this March. Be sure to pick up the most recent issue of Covered Bridge magazine, the winter-spring issue, and thank you for tuning in to Covered Bridge on TV8.
Remember, enjoy the journey.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, Max Rowe is an amazing artist that just did the cover of the covered bridge. It was the Abundance issue. And Kim and Bobby sat down and spoke with him. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships over at Covered Bridge Magazine. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Max Rowe. Max Rowe is actually a local artist that you're going to learn all about today, and he did the most recent cover of Covered Bridge Magazine. Welcome, Max.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Kim. It's great to meet you guys.
So great to have you. So I will, it's not a spoiler or anything because the magazine is out and people can grab it, but here we are with the newest edition of Covered Bridge. So this art piece is absolutely phenomenal. It's called Red Shred, and how fun to put a piece of art on our cover. It's the first time we've done that with Covered Bridge. So Max, tell us a little bit about this piece and also the experience of getting this on the cover and just the article, interview, and all of that. How'd that go for you?
It's been awesome partnering with you guys. This piece in particular, I love that we ended up going with this. I think it really pops, and this actually, funnily enough, this piece kind of started off a whole new run of work that I did that was really kind of loose with the snow. And the snowboarder on the front, Taylor Godber, she's a huge inspiration. I mean, her riding is amazing, and the photographer, Guy Fatal. So I loved just getting the inspiration from those guys, and in talking a lot about this article and this issue is about abundance. And for me, like with skiing and snowboarding, first and foremost, like abundance is all about POW. So I love to paint pictures of powder, and so this was really good, emblematic of that. And then, and also, yeah, just I love to receive the inspiration. We live in this really awesome age where we have so much access to really cool inspiration from all over the world, and I feel really grateful to get to take inspiration from other people and turn it into something special and new, and then go out and inspire more people with that. More people to ski, more people to care about skiing, more people to care about art, and everything in the magazine. So there's a lot of other really cool stuff in here too.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, the article really does get into how you get your mindset around painting. And, we mentioned a little bit in there about the flow state. Can you speak to that? I mean, I think of snowboarding, number one, as like my most flow state, right? And I would imagine you're in a similar mindset when the brush strokes are just coming together, right?
Yeah, it's one thing that I love about like painting skiers and snowboarders is that, like you said, when you're out skiing and snowboarding, you can really get in that flow state. And so painting that subject matter also helps me get into that flow state when I'm painting. And I really feel like that's when I do my best work, is when I kind of get into the flow. Because a lot of my work is like really splattery and really action oriented. So kind of getting in the zone with it is really important for me, because you have to really feel it. You know, the flow state is kind of an elusive thing, and not everybody knows how to describe it, but if you've experienced it, you know exactly what that is. So I really love to try to recreate that feeling and give that feeling, give that inspiration to my audience.
No, I really enjoy that, and you kind of nailed it with the flow state. Like once you've experienced it, you know what it is, right? But you can't always get there on a drop of a dime.
Yeah.
And it does take sometimes that process of, you know, focusing on maybe your snowboarding to get into your mental mindset for painting. You brought up something unique about getting inspiration from others. You know, I looked at this cover, and I don't have many photos of me shredding POW in the backcountry, but if I did, I would be like, wow, I'd love that on my wall. Is that something the audience could take advantage of if they have a really, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. If you have a sick photo of you sending it, hit me up, send it to me. I'm always looking for new inspiration, and
Cool.
I love to meet the people that I get to paint. That's a real treasure, honestly, to get to share that with other people. But yeah.
Max, what is your art background, and how has that evolved?
Sure. I've been painting for a really long time. It's something I grew up doing at home. I went to the University of Colorado and studied studio art there. And so I've always it's always been like a constant in my life. It's something that I really love because I know I'll be able to always do it. So it's like a lifelong practice, which I love about that. Yeah. What was the question?
Well,
sorry, you can cut that part.
So something, a quote that we have from you in this article, Max Rowe, Finding Flow Through Art and Skiing by Caitlin Emig. That's the fun thing about art, is what you said. As I continue to grow and learn more about the world and myself, my art changes as well. It's something that always keeps me invested in doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So how has it evolved for you?
So I've always just really been gravitated to paint subjects of things that I'm interested in. So for a long time, I painted just figures. I was really into figure drawing and figure painting, and that kind of evolved into, I did a lot of yoga paintings for a while, which was really cool. Bobby, I know, is a yoga teacher. So, and then I've kind of moved away from yoga and gotten more into action sports. And I've grown up skiing. I'm really lucky and blessed that way I have a lifelong ski practice as well. So it's something that as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm not skiing 100 days a year anymore, but I did do that for a long time. But this is kind of a new way for me to be part of the ski culture and the ski environment. And it's fun to get to give back to the community and the ski culture in a new way. So I'm really excited about that. And then, you know, just continuing forward, how my subject matter will continue to evolve and change. You know, like I said, I'm always interested in painting what I like to do. So I just learned how to surf last week. I was in Costa Rica, which is so cool. Got to surf a bunch of waves down there, and so now I'm really excited to paint some surfers. And it's, you know, very similar to snowboarding, but kind of want to inject some more tropical vibes, some new color schemes, that type of thing. So.
Yeah, I love that. I could see surfing definitely fitting your style of work.
Yeah.
You know, the spray and everything that you do as far as the detail goes. That being said, too, you know, yes, someone can commission a piece from you, but they can also go to a few galleries, if I'm not mistaken, and find your work and purchase something right off the wall there, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So right now I'm showing work at the Royal Street Fine Art Gallery. It's in Aspen. So I recommend anybody that's interested in seeing it in person, and it is awesome to see in person, go there, check it out. All of my original paintings are also UV reactive, which means they glow under a black light.
Wow.
So it's really hard to photograph, and it is also a thing that I love for it to be like this really cool first impression. You see it, you don't see that on paper, but then you get to see it in person and have this like deep reaction. It's really cool to see people get so excited. This is like 2 paintings in one. So I definitely wish everybody that has an interest to go check them out in person there. And you can also see everything on my website. It's maxflowart.com, as well as my Instagram, which is @maxflowart.
So great. Now I have this idea that we need to do a pop-up with you.
Oh yeah,
right?
I would love
we
to.
could bring
Yeah.
people together and have a bunch of your paintings there and
Let's
have the
have a party.
magazines there. Okay, sounds good. Stay tuned for details on the party with Max Rowe and Covered Bridge. But yeah, this is just such an honor to have on the cover of Covered Bridge, our 5th issue, the abundance issue. Thanks for tapping into that theme in so many ways. And it truly is an honor to meet you, Max. And you're very talented, and it's great to have you in the Valley.
Well, thanks so much.
Yeah.
I'm super honored to get to participate, and thank you guys very much.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. Be sure to pick up the newest issue with Max's art on the cover, the Abundance issue, and thanks for tuning in.
Good Morning Vail.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I love Root and Flower, and there's nothing better than a good cocktail. So the Covered Bridge sat down and talked to Root and Flower.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Coverbridge Magazine, and today we have the pleasure of working with Joe Newton. Joe Newton is a lead bartender at Root and Flower, a sister restaurant to Two Arrows. We're going to work today on a couple cocktails and give you guys a little bit of drinking beverages.
So Joe, what is the first cocktail?
So the first cocktail we're going to be making today is one of our oldest, most classic cocktails at Root and Flower and Two Arrows. It's Smoking Bird.
Lovely.
So the Smoking Bird, it's a twist on an old classic, because of course a lot of our cocktails are, twists on classics. And we actually start with the Jungle Bird, which is an old classic gin cocktail. And then we move on and we actually substitute in tequila and mezcal for this.
Exciting.
So the first cocktail we're going to be making today is called the Smoking Bird. It's an old classic Root and Flower cocktail that we've had on the menu for many years. Both Root and Flower and Two Arrows have had it on their menu over the years. And I want to share it with everybody. It's now off the menu at Root and Flower, but you can always come in and ask for it. So the Smoking Bird is a twist on the classic rum tiki cocktail called the Jungle Bird. So it uses normally rum, Campari, little lemon and lime, and some pineapple juice. So we're going to be kind of substituting in our favorites, mezcal and tequila. So
Perfect.
When we're building our cocktails at Root and Flower, we always like to measure everything. I always like to make sure that everything is consistent, tastes the same. Every bartender can make the same drink. Every drink is going to be that, same delicious taste that you always know. So for me, I always love to start with my cheapest ingredient, just because when we're behind the bar, we're moving so quickly. If for whatever reason I make a mistake along the way, I can then go back, fix it, correct it, or at the very least, throw out the cheapest ingredient.
Wow, that's an interesting.
So this is
way to do it.
fresh squeezed lemon juice for our cocktail for the Smoking Bird. And then we have pineapple juice. Now we've experimented with a couple different styles of pineapple juice. We actually made a pineapple shrub at one point, but with the pineapple here, we're just using fresh Dole store-bought canned stuff. I always find that this is the best of cocktails. So we had 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. We're actually going for a full 1.5 ounces of pineapple, because we want that pineapple. It's delicious, it's nice, it gives that acidity to the cocktail.
Very bright drink, it sounds like.
Bright drink. Now, at Root and Flower, we do love Campari, but we actually rather use Contrado. So we were at the distillery a couple years ago. It's up north in Canelli in Italy, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
I think that's one unique thing about Root and Flower. You guys actually travel, right, to learn about some of these liquors that you're using in your beverages.
Exactly. So we always like to do our staff trips. We do a staff trip once every 6 months. So last spring we were in Oaxaca, which was absolutely amazing, beautiful. We were able to experience, the agave plantations. So mezcal is very near and dear to our hearts here. So with this, this is why we love this drink. It has mezcal in it. We were able to actually meet some of the mezcaleros who make this mezcal. So we have that kind of personal touch, that personal connection to these guys.
How much are you pouring with the Contrado and the mezcal?
So with the Contrado, we're doing about 3/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
So I like to measure everything, but the joys of cocktails is that you can always adjust it. So at Root and Flower, we like to come up with new cocktails. And we like to Mr. Potato Head on cocktails. So Mr. Potato Heading is the idea where we take one ingredient and substitute it for another. So this is the perfect example. So we are Mr. Potato Heading the rum in the original Jungle Bird for tequila and mezcal. Now, we like to blend, so we're doing 1 ounce each of mezcal and tequila straight into our small shaker tin.
Nice.
And so we like to blend the mezcal and tequila. Tequila itself is fantastic and provides that delicious body to the cocktail. With the mezcal though, we want that smokiness. But together, they provide just the perfect blend of the spirits that we need.
So that's where you get the Smoking Bird
Exactly.
rather than Jungle Bird.
Exactly. The Smoking Bird comes from that mezcal, and it's
awesome.
amazing. So,
Okay, so there's 5 things in there so far.
we have everything ready to go in our shaker tin. I always like to grab my big tin. Now, at Root and Flower, we do a lot of cocktail classes.
Yeah, Root and Flower is in Vail Village, as is Two Arrows. And how often are these cocktail classes generally?
So our cocktail classes, we always, you're always welcome to book cocktail classes with Root and Flower. So myself or Jeremy will often take the cocktail classes. We also have wine classes and spirits classes.
Super
So you can come in, you get to taste through different spirits, taste through different cocktails, and then I'll actually show you all the kind of the bartender workings of what we do for cocktails, how we make cocktails, and how you can make them at home.
I love it.
So like I said, here we have everything built. I always like to add my ice to the small tin, and then you pour one into the other, give it a little tap, and as you see, that always seals itself.
Wow.
We like to use these Boston shakers. It's a little easier than the cobbler shakers. Those 3-piece cobbler shakers I do love. Look beautiful on the back bar, but they're a little bit more problematic when you're working behind the bar.
Okay.
Understandable.
It's going to get loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right, so we're just going to shake, and you want to shake these cocktails, you want to shake them awake and not rock them to sleep. So.
Okay.
Get the elbows into it.
All right.
So I think I'm going to try to talk while Joe's shaking his drink. What's really cool about Root and Flower that I've noticed is it's like an education. So when I walk in there, I can talk to a bartender about, hey, I like mezcal, or hey, I like gin, and here's how I like my cocktails. And you guys kind of give me education on styles of gin, different styles of cocktails, and then you usually just whip me up a drink.
And that's it.
Which is a ton of fun.
Wow, look at that.
So we have been doing this for a long, long time here. And so I've been with Root and Flower for 6 years now. And the joy of Root and Flower, and what I love about it, is we have menus, but the best thing to do is just come in, ask for one of us bartenders, and we'll be able to ask you a couple questions, figure out what you're looking for. They might not be, direct questions about cocktails. And we'll come up with something unique, personalized for you.
And you guys do that for wine too, right?
We do.
That's awesome.
So we started life off as a wine bar. So we had, back in the day, 15 different glass pours. But of course, with cocktails becoming so popular nowadays, we were able to move into that space a little bit more. And we've just kind of grown our cocktail program, and we've been able to make delicious drinks.
That's just beautiful. So you
such as this.
fill it with ice to the top.
I always like to pour my drinks without the ice first and then top up the ice. Because when we're in a busy bar, I'll be pouring, if you pour the ice in first, the amount of times I've actually accidentally spilled the drink, it's bounced off the ice. That's why I do it. That's a very different kind of interesting things of doing bartending techniques.
Yeah, I noticed when you were making the drink, I used to pour it over the ice. But actually, you guys educated me on that. When you're making the cocktail, when you're building it, you don't put it on ice.
No.
You wait, right? Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, so we are always building our cocktails dry, just because if you have to walk away at any point and you're halfway through building that cocktail, if you've already started putting ice on it, it's going to start melting. You're going to lose that consistency. You're going to lose that. You're almost going to add too much dilution to the cocktail.
I see. Okay, that makes total sense. And I'm sure with the warm alcohol too and the cold ice, you melt it.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're always building dry, and even with that, I can let that sit without ice, and then when it's ready to serve, I can add the ice, slide it across the bar.
That's just beautiful. What is that garnish, Joe?
So we like to use our dehydrated fruits here. Of course, it's a very trendy classic thing now with modern day bartenders and cocktail bars. Everyone's using dehydrated fruit. This is like almost an attempt to reduce waste. So I've been bartending now for 12 years. And when I first started, we'd be cutting something like 2 quarts worth of fresh lemons and limes every day. And if we weren't busy, we'd have to throw them out every day.
Right.
So this is just a better way of preserving those citrus fruits, allowing the drink to have something pretty to look at. And the final touch, I always like, is aromatic sprays. And this is almost recreating what the citrus would do.
Okay.
So we actually take oils, we'll take our lemon peels and infuse them into 151 Everclear vodka. And you can then just spray with this. It's almost like a perfume.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, it is
So it's like an orange.
Lovely.
Smells
This
like
one's
fresh.
orange.
Wow.
So this will be shelf stable forever.
That's so great.
It's amazing.
And adds that just extra pop of the drink. I always believe every cocktail should have a citrus, the visual component, the aromatic component, and the obviously the taste component.
Well, yeah, definitely go see Joe, a lead bartender at Root and Flower, and he has cocktail classes. Root and Flower also has wine classes, spirit classes. Sister bar and coffee house Two Arrows, pretty much a little bit across Vail Village, is a great place to find other wonderful cocktails. So Joe, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you guys.
It's great having
Thank
you.
you. Good to be here.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge on TV8.
Good Morning Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. I'm Avisha Scarborough. Today we're coming to you from the Arabelle Hotel in Vail Square. Did you know this is the only hotel in all of Vail that is literally a stone's throw away from the slopes? And when I say a stone's throw, I'm talking 10 to 20 feet. This is what I call convenience. The gondola just a few steps away, there's on-site après and ski valet. The Arabelle Hotel is full of delights.
Welcome to the Arabelle Ice Rink. You can skate and play, whether you're 5 years old or 55 years old. We have something for everybody here.
This is Brant Marat, the Senior General Manager of the Vail Market. Brant gave me a tour of everything from the spa and salon to the restaurant and coffee shop. There's even a complimentary hot chocolate and pastry cart. Everywhere you go, you feel transported to Europe, from the architecture to one very charming German relic.
This is the only property that has a glockenspiel, and a lot of people don't even know what a glockenspiel is.
I sure don't.
So we have a clock, and there's a king and queen. They do a show multiple times a day. There's 4 buildings. So we have a nice ice rink that's located in the middle with a bridge that goes over it. And everything was created, again, very distinctly and very creatively, where everything is very beautiful, a lot of stone, a lot of original architecture that was brought back from Europe. There's railroad ties in the spa that were from Europe, and it was just so excellently curated where it looks vintage, it looks authentic.
It's a mixed-use property designed with their guests in mind. Brant says their goal was to allow guests to transition seamlessly from one activity to another. And recently, Brant created a new offering ideal for locals.
It's called the Stay and Play package, where locals will be able to come to the property and park at the property, have complimentary inclusive breakfast. Of course, for a small fee, they'll be able to stay here, play all day, have après in the afternoon, and listen to Tim and Taylor play down in the restaurant, and then be able to leave the property. It's going to be a wonderful experience. Because right now a lot of locals have to park in the Lions Head parking structure and then kind of schlep over in their boots and their skis. And this just makes it a lot more convenient and a lot more seamless for them as far as coming and playing on the mountain.
Whether you play hard or play safe, adventure awaits you here at the Arabelle in Lions Head Village.
I would say come over to Lions Head if you want something different.
So dare to be different.
It's going to be a little more quieter, a little more chill, a little more romantic.
This may be exactly what you need. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Join host Mitch English and Reese Pascal for Daily Flash, a live, upbeat, and fun take on today's news, entertainment, and social media trends. Our host will keep you informed, entertained, and ready to jumpstart your day. Tune in to Daily Flash.
You're watching K34QB, Vail
Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to the second hour of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. We had such a great time with you thus far. All things covered bridge today, and we're going to sit down with Eyepieces of Vail. So sit right back, have that cup of coffee, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we love working with the Covered Bridge. It is the Covered Bridge edition of Good Morning Vail today, and they sat down and spoke to Donaldson Coaching. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, Editor-in-Chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine, and today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Brett and Tam Donaldson of Donaldson Coaching.
Hi,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So Brett and Tam are also the co-founders of The Cycle Effect, which is a very well-known nonprofit here in Eagle County, and have the pleasure of working with a lot of athletes. And so the article that we worked with them on in the abundance issue of Covered Bridge is called There's No I in Athlete. And I had the pleasure of working with Donaldson Coaching for the summer months in running and mountain biking mostly to train. And so it's really reflection on why I believe and have found, and also by interviewing the two of you, why it's important to have a coach in this process. So give us a little background on your fitness, your athleticism. I know you both participate in a lot of races throughout the year here locally and around the country. So Tam, why don't you start with a little bit of background on you?
Ski school was kind of where I started and what brought me over here. So skiing is something that I love to do. And then when we got married, America was going to be like our home base. So I would follow the winters, and clearly then I had 4 seasons in a year, which was kind of novel, and I didn't know what to do with myself in the summer because I'm so used to being next to an ocean. Long story, got a bike. First experience on a mountain bike was awful, but ended up falling into triathlon. Then that turned into Xterra triathlon. I guess strong legs, skiers' legs. I happen to have a good advantage at riding. Loved that. Got reasonably competitive at that. Started racing pro. That just turns into a full-time job if you want to keep going with it. And then started personal training at the Western. And in amongst that, we've always been like training people outside of that don't quite know how to structure their training, and consistently from there, mountain bike races, running races. Then we got into longer races of like the Breck Epic, so 3-day to 5-6 day stage races, which was fun because that was something that we could do together. People thought we were crazy, but it worked out great. And it was a lot of fun.
You
Yeah.
really have the experience in all those different types of racing to help an athlete.
Yeah.
How about you, Brett?
I mean, I was a college athlete, but I call myself a mediocre athlete. So when Tam got into triathlon and stuff like that, I wanted to ride bikes as well. So I really kind of took a back seat for a few years as she was doing that, which was awesome because she got to really develop into that athlete, and now we have life partners that like to do these things all the time. So when I turned 40, I basically decided I wanted to be able to do these events for the next 20, 30 years if I choose. And so it's really, I've kind of restructured how I view athletics. I didn't really enjoy it in my 30s very much. There's a pressure, and I thought I should be able to do X, Y, Z. And now it's just like, I get to be out there. It's super fun. It's hard. It's challenging. But so now I spend time riding and running in the VRD series. I mean, that's like, it's a great series. I love how they put on their events. It's super casual. It's easy. Like, I don't know why more people don't do it. It's here. It's a great challenge. And then now that they've got winter, skimo races and stuff like that, I do those. I don't have anything huge on my schedule, but besides those right now. But I'm sure we'll find another 5 or 10 races to do this summer outside of that series. So yeah.
Yeah, so there's no I in athlete, there's no I in team. I love the title of all of that. But when it comes to coaching, when or why would someone necessarily get a coach?
Sure.
Because I question that myself as being an athlete, and then watching her go through it. What's the start, and then what can one expect, I guess?
Yeah, I think for me, it all boils down to you hire a coach so you don't make emotional choices. Whether you're feeling great and you keep going and going and going and you overload your system too much, or you're feeling awful and you decide, I'm not going to work out today, when really that was just a mental block and you could be out there doing stuff. So for many athletes, especially in this valley, we're pulling them back on the effort they put in. They think they need to be a world champion, or their next door neighbor was an ex-world champion and they try to train like them. It's like, that's not how you should do it. So we manage people's time and we manage people's emotions around their training a lot. And then, of course, there's skill development, there's race strategy, there's all these other things, but you can read about that in books a lot of the time, but a lot of it is, for me, just managing the person so that they are set up to do the things they want to do, whether that's a 5K, whether that's a 100-mile run, bike races, whatever.
Yeah, so essentially removing some of those roadblocks of like, I'm too tired, or like you said, I need to put in another 10 miles today.
Yes.
Yeah.
This valley generally goes too hard. And our mountain towns, right? I mean, we're all like super enthusiastic about it. We generally go too hard for too much time, of the time you have allotted to training.
So many fun things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure you've worked with, and I know you have worked with a range of athletes. I mean, with the Cycle Effect, you're working with young teenage girls on mountain bikes, and then all the way up to, I don't know how old your oldest client is, but they all have different goals and different skills. So Tam, how do you balance that when you work with an individual athlete, and you might be doing one thing with one and another thing with another, and so how do you create a plan specifically?
And I think individual is where the coach comes in, because someone who's 21, I mean, they can do a lot of volume and a lot of intensity. As I age myself, I notice the difference at 40, late 40s. I can't put in the same intensity, so it's kind of balancing when those are, making sure that the athlete that you have, depending on whatever age they're at, that you're balancing recovery, because it's the more you are good about your recovery, the more sessions you can actually fit in. And whether you've got a mother who is like, hey, I got 45 minutes, and that's it. So how do we make the most of that? And then somebody else who maybe has a little bit more relaxed schedule. So yeah, you can always find like a PDF or something to follow in a book or on paper, but I think customizing it to your life. I was actually just talking with an athlete the other day, and they love ticking the boxes. And every now and then there has to be a little bit of coach-athlete communication even on those days, that if you're not feeling that great, reach out and be like, okay, maybe we need to tweak this. It sounds like you might be starting to get sick and we need to back things off a little bit. I think that's important, because a lot of the time you just ignore, think I should, do all of this.
Yeah, the quote from the article, There's No I in Athlete, in this current issue that Tam provided reads, "It's hard to look at ourselves objectively. A coach can customize a training plan that fits your work, family, and social schedules. A coach accelerates your progress by helping you make the best use of your time. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's work on things that are going to make the most gains."
Yeah.
Love that.
And I would add one more thing. I think that having one pretty good plan is much better than having 4 excellent plans. Because 4 excellent plans, people are picking what they want to do and they're skipping the things they don't want to do. And so I don't think you need to hire the most accomplished, world-renowned coach in the entire world. You need to hire somebody that you resonate with, that kind of understands your sport that you want to get into and stuff like that. But really, you need to commit to that person for maybe 6 months or something like that. Like if somebody comes to me and says, "Brett, I want you to write me a plan for a month," I'm like, I have no desire to do that, because I know that it doesn't really move the needle very much. And so I think hiring one person or finding a book and saying like, this is the book I'm going to commit to and stuff like that, that's better than 4 excellent plans, because people just, we're so unfocused, and we see something on Instagram, we're like, oh, I'm going to go do that too. It's like, maybe we shouldn't do all of the things because we just don't have the time.
Yeah, as someone who got to kind of watch the coaching and participate as the significant other, it was interesting to see the days that you made sure Kim had recovery. Because on those days, generally prior to the coaching plan, she would have still gone out and done something. But then the other days where it was like these pain cave type interval sessions, it's really difficult, I would say personally, to force myself to do that without a plan. And again, I was not necessarily on the plan, but I was on the plan following her. And some of those days, yeah, they are rough. And I also think what I noticed was a couple times during her training, you would be like, you are getting fatigued. Back off. Today you don't need to do the full workout, or you don't need to always be an A student if you're not feeling well. And I think that to me was, again, as the outsider looking in, was the most valuable part of it.
Yeah.
Because it is easy to just like you said, do the things that really feel good and then ignore the things that don't, and then also not recover because you're like, oh, well, I want to go skiing today, or I want to do this, and it's like Brett or Tam would put in like absolutely nothing today.
Yeah.
And Kim would have to,
Well,
by that.
and I'm the same, like, I know all the things, but I still get caught in that trap where, so if this was the first year ever that I asked Tam to be my coach, right? After like 20 years where we should not coach each other. It's not good for us. I said, you know what? You know me better than ever. You know my goals better than anybody else. And so I would walk into the kitchen some mornings and I'm like, I am exhausted. And she's like, oh, you should take the day off. Or things like that. And so everybody needs a sounding board on some level. And I think that's really what the coach is. And they're not also going to be that sounding board friend that just says oh, you're just, take the week off. Or you're feeling like there's some accountability because they want to see you hit your results. But they also know
you're meant to be fatigued today, suck it up. This
go,
is 2 days of intensity because we're building for a certain thing. You're meant to not feel great today, but that's the point of this training. So, to his point, it's really hard to be objective, and it takes the decision-making process out of it, and it takes the pressure off the individual of I don't have to decide what to do today. That you just wake up, you look at your plan, and go. So that can free up an enormous amount of time, but also mental space for somebody. They can just be at ease, not be thinking am I doing the right thing? I'm not sure. Somebody else is taking care of that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I just love the fact that you brought up, because I was going to ask that question, coaches get coaches, right?
Absolutely.
And I think
Totally.
not just you guys, I've heard it from fitness instructors in town that have their own coaches, right? And we look up to you as a coach, but it's pretty awesome that you take your own prescribed medicine.
For sure. And I think that's with business, that's with anything. With the Cycle Effect, I have, 10 to 20 mentors. I'm calling them all the time, being hey, I don't know what to do here. What should I do? And stuff like that. So I think that everybody should have a coach or a mentor in their major walks of life, whether it's relationships or work or whatever. So I'm a firm believer, and I am not the smartest guy in the room, and I need to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
I was about to say there's no I in life, but there is an I in life. So,
I'm glad, as an editor of a magazine, you are able to figure this out. Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk briefly about the Cycle Effect. I mean, this was the 10-year anniversary of the nonprofit. Which does that feel like it's gone really quickly, or is it? I'm just
depends on a day.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that. So the Cycle Effect, real quick, is high school, middle school girls in 4 different counties, Mesa County, Routt County, Eagle, and Summit. And we help them ride and race mountain bikes and go to college, is the real short elevator pitch. We focus on working with BIPOC communities, which here is mostly the Latina community. And we provide everything they could possibly need. It's a year-round program. It's amazing. And going back to the 10 years, I can honestly say we love what we do. Is it super challenging sometimes? Of course, like anything that's worth doing. But we love the relationships we've built. We love the community that we've built, and our staff and things like that. And so Tam and I started it 10 years ago, and we're still going strong. So we're looking at potential new growth in the coming year to 2, and we're redefining things. We're always evolving how we do things, because we know that what worked 4 years ago doesn't work now. So we're always growing.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, number one, learning from you guys, from the coaching aspect. It's been a pleasure watching the Cycle Effect grow and having you guys in our community, and we really appreciate everything that you bring to this lovely valley and now many other valleys in the state of Colorado. So thank you guys so much for being here. And, we'll let you guys know how you can reach out to Brett and Tam if you're interested in training with them or have people that might be interested in the Cycle Effect programming.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Definitely check out Donaldson Coaching and the Cycle Effect, and thank you for watching Covered Bridge on TV8.
Enjoy the journey.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, if you've lived in Vail, you know all about Root and Flower. If you're new to the area, you still know about Root and Flower. It's such an awesome space. The Covered Bridge sat down and made some cocktails with them. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine. Today we have Joe Newton back for another cocktail session here on TV8. I don't know if you guys have checked out the most recent issue of Covered Bridge, but we did feature 2 cocktails from Two Arrows. So Joe is with Root and Flower, which is a sister restaurant to Two Arrows, and he's going to bring us one of his new cocktails that's on the menu currently.
So Joe, which cocktail are you making for us today?
So today, this is actually Black Pearl. This is a special that comes and goes from the menu. So at Root and Flower, we always have our seasonal menus that we put out every year, but we're always really stoked to advertise, sell all our bartenders fresh creations, new cocktails on our chalkboard. And so every week, every day, we'll be changing it, depending on ingredients and depending on the availability of what we have in stock.
Awesome.
So today we have the Black Pearl.
Okay.
Black Pearl was designed for a wedding last year. Black Pearl actually gets its name from one of my favorite cocktails in the classic repertoire of the bijou. So in French, bijou means jewel. And that refers to the gin, the chartreuse, and the sweet vermouth that makes up the cocktail. So the gin would be the diamond, the chartreuse would be the emerald, and then the sweet vermouth would be the ruby.
Wow.
So this is a jewel. So this one though, I call this Black Pearl. It builds on that in classic root and flower fashion, as many bartenders use the Mr. Potato Head theory. We've actually substituted out the gin for our favorite whiskey, Elijah Craig. So we're actually going to start off with 1.5 ounces of Elijah Craig.
Yeah, Root and Flower always does a great job of really hand-picking the spirits that you have on your shelves. Why Elijah Craig in this instance?
So Elijah Craig has, it's one of our favorite mixing whiskeys, and it's affordable, it's easily and readily available. It comes from the Heaven Hill Distillery, and the Heaven Hill Distillery has always been very supportive of Root and Flower and Two Arrows. We do get many of their high-end bourbons, which we absolutely love. So Elijah Craig would be their kind of go-to mixing whiskey.
Perfect.
And absolutely love it.
Great.
So, but building on the bijou idea and turning this into the Black Pearl, we are going to be going with chartreuse. Now, chartreuse is one of those spirits that is a little more difficult to find right now. So, fun little fact about chartreuse: it's made by monks in France, the Benedictine monks, and there are only 3 people in the world who know the recipe. The head monk knows the whole recipe, and his 2 subordinates, his acolytes, they know half the recipe each. So if one of them was to pass away, they could still share it, still make this. Now, there is actually a little supply issue with chartreuse right now, so we are lucky to still be able to have that in right now.
Okay.
With the chartreuse, the Pope himself has told the monks to stop making so much chartreuse and get back to praying, get back to what you should be doing, which we respect. But it has meant that chartreuse has become a little harder to find. But like I said, luckily at Root and Flower, we still have plenty of chartreuse for everybody.
This cocktail wouldn't be the same without it, right? There's not really a substitute.
So chartreuse falls in the Genepae family. Genepae is the flower of wormwood. And you can find other Genepaes that are a little bit more simplistic. They don't have the complexity though that chartreuse does. So there is really no equal to chartreuse.
Okay.
And finally, my favorite thing, Amaro Chicharro. So Amaro Chicharro, I pretty much put in everything: coffee, cocktails, our espresso martinis, and we're doing 3/4 ounce of that. So we kind of modify this Negroni build a little bit from the classic 1-1-1 recipe, to where I put 1.5 ounces of the whiskey, 0.75 of the Amaro Chicharro and 0.75 of the chartreuse. Just balances a little bit more, lets that alcohol shine through a little brighter. And we're going to be building this in our stirring tin right now.
Okay.
So everything's ready to go. Bobby, if you could have the ice, please.
Absolutely. Here you are, Joe.
Thank you, Bobby. So, as this cocktail is all spirits, we're going to be stirring it. So
Yeah, I noticed on the last segment you mentioned citrus, and that's why you were shaking it. So is that kind of like a typical rule? Like
it is.
Citrus shake, pure liquor stir.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all about texture. A lot of people will think that it's bruising the alcohol if you shake a martini, for example. But this is actually all about the texture of the cocktail itself. So with the juice, you want to shake it up really hard. You're actually aerating the cocktail. You're providing little micro bubbles that pop on your tongue as you taste it, and just like brings the cocktail to life.
Okay.
But if we're just using spirits or sugar, we want to stir it. We want that silky smooth mouthfeel.
All right.
And that is why we stir this.
I always wondered. Thank you.
So when we're stirring, it's all about elegance. All about grace.
So you're not like breaking the cube at all. You're just really letting it wash over the liquor.
So I'm letting the spoon stir, and we're going to be stirring for about 20 seconds.
I was going to ask, is there a rule of thumb on how
it's
long
about
we should
40
stir?
times. And here's the other fun fact about the science. The things I like to teach at Root and Flower are if you were to shake a cocktail and stir a cocktail to completion, they would both be the same temperature and dilution, which is kind of crazy to think about because you think, oh, a shaken cocktail is going to be colder. But in fact, if you do stir a cocktail properly, it'll be the exact same temperature and dilution.
It's just about the texture then.
It's just about the texture.
Awesome.
So with this one, we're actually going to be pouring this on one of my favorites, the Big Rock.
Oh, look
So
at
at Root and Flower, we do have the crystal clear ice cubes.
You can see right through that thing.
So special machine actually creates these. So it's like freezing lake ice. So the only way to make clear ice like this is directional freezing. So when you're freezing water, think of a lake. When it freezes, it's going to freeze from the top down, and it's going to push all the impurities out.
Got it.
Which is what exactly happens here.
Wow.
And so it pushes all the impurities out, and you're left with this crystal clear block, which we then hand carve each one of these with a knife, very sharp knife. And it's very, it's my meditation for the day.
I like that.
That's great.
Well put.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
Look at that.
Really nice. Black Pearl, well named.
You can see that richness.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Dilution. We might have left it on the ice a little too long. And then for this one, I do like, so with our last segment, we had our orange sprays, but sometimes we like a little visual pop. So we'll take a fresh orange.
And you were just getting like the oils out of
We're
the...
expressing the oils over the glass. And I like to rub the orange peel around as well. Now at the bar, we like to make every drink look super pretty. So we actually have scissors at every station where we can quickly just cut each peel to be needed.
Gorgeous.
And then we have our cocktail right there.
Look at that. Well, yeah, definitely go see Joe, a lead bartender at Root and Flower, and he has cocktail classes. Root and Flower also has wine classes, spirit classes, sister bar and coffee house, Two Arrows, pretty much a little bit across Vail Village is a great place to find other wonderful cocktails. So Joe, thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, thank you guys.
It's great having
you.
you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge on TV8.
Good Morning Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now I'm very excited because Covered Bridge is one of my favorite things. I love their magazine and we love working with them here on Good Morning Vail, and they were talking to Bahava Spa. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, Editor-in-Chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine. We have the pleasure today of sitting down with Madeline of Bava Beauty and Wellness in Avon, and we're excited to share her story and her business with all of you.
Yeah, so Madeline, you just opened Bava Beauty and Wellness in Avon. Tell us a little bit about your background in the Valley and your inspiration for opening the business.
Yeah, thanks for having me this morning. I was born and raised in the Vail Valley, so I'm a longtime native, and I saw an opportunity to open a business here, and I just took it. I've been an esthetician massage therapist for about 8 years now, and I was inspired to start a holistic health business because my dad passed away from cancer, and I was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer myself. And I feel really thankful that I get to share that with the community that I grew up in. So I'm super excited to bring Bava to the Valley.
Great.
Now you recently opened. I remember coming to your grand opening, which was pretty exceptional.
Yeah.
I would say it's a beautiful space if you guys haven't been there yet. But give us a little bit of an idea of what you're offering there and what you're hoping to bring to our community.
Yeah. So besides regular spa services, obviously we want people to just come relax, get a facial, get a massage. But we have an infrared sauna. We offer IV therapy, vitamin injections. It's just, we want whole body holistic health. So we're going to start offering comprehensive wellness testing, as well as, supplements to go along with that. So acupuncture, it's all over the board. We want everybody to come in and experience that whole body holistic health.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of coming in for a spa day, and the first thing that you get to see when you walk in the space is, like Bobby had mentioned, is just the amazing design that you worked with I think a designer on, and also had input that you shared with me, and it's so peaceful. There's definitely a feeling of serenity and space there that you can just relax all day. I particularly love that infrared sauna and being able to connect your own music or your own podcast, whatever it is, through your phone and have a really relaxing experience there. So there's just so many ways to enjoy the space. And you had mentioned that you have events as well, Madeline.
Yeah, we're going to start having, besides our regular hours, we're going to have some fun events on our schedule, mini yoga sessions, group acupuncture, aura photography, winter solstice ceremony, the list goes on. We're going to start having some fun events. We want people to come enjoy that as well. And I think that's a really good offering for the community to, come experience that. So I think it'll be fun. And, I'm excited to have some other faces in Bava as well. Obviously, we've got myself and a team, but we're going to have some fun, pop-ups and guests there as well. So I'm excited for that, and really utilize the space. We've got a nice space, so I'm excited.
Yeah. So number one, where are you located, and then number two, these great events. How do the listeners, the watchers, keep an eye and make sure they can attend these events?
We're located inside the Christie Lodge in Avon. It's next to Subway. We're kind of hidden in there, so we're kind of new, and people sometimes have a little bit of trouble finding us. But you can walk through the Christie Lodge lobby and find us. You can park, in the front and come find us. We're right next to Subway, and they can check our website. We update our website. Our Instagram is also a great place. We're posting, pretty on top of it, updating the website with any offerings, events, as well as the Instagram. So they can, follow us there.
Great.
Yeah.
And that combination of beauty and wellness, what was the inspiration there and the name Bava and just creating your business? How did it all come together for you?
Yeah. I think when you look good, feel good, you can do good too. And I think at some point or another, most people have experienced, kind of whether they know it or not, a feeling of like being unwell, or just like at one point, maybe, you go on this journey of, your health, it can be all over the board. So I really just wanted to combine the aspect of look good, feel good, do good. And I think we really bring that at Bava. And I was inspired by Bava. Bava means a mental state of peace or bliss. And so I think when clients come into Bava, they can really experience that. We want that whole body, mind, body wellness.
Love that. Yeah, so in our current issue of Covered Bridge magazine, this is the abundance issue here for winter and spring, and just love this opening. To step into Bava Beauty and Wellness is to step away from the bustling energy of a busy day. Man, does that resonate?
Yeah.
Right? To be able to leave the hustle, the bustle behind and take some time for yourself. Also such a great gift at any time of year to offer to someone, a friend, a family member, to just allow themselves that self-care.
Yeah, we've been kind of coining the gift of wellness. And that can mean so many different things, but everybody wants to feel well. You can just give them a gift card, or enjoy it how you want to enjoy it, whether that's you just want to come relax, or you want some self-care, or you want to come rejuvenate, whatever it is. You can come to Bava for that.
It's so great. Once again, Madeline Hethcote with Bava Beauty and Wellness here in Avon. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge Magazine. This is our newest issue, and this is Covered Bridge on TV8. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Enjoy the journey.
Good Morning Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to this Monday edition of Good Morning Vail. Now, we love Eyepieces of Vail. We sat down and chatted with them, so let's take a look.
I am so excited. I'm Kimberly Perot here, and I am standing here with Tyler Moore of Eyepieces of Vail. How are you, Tyler?
I'm doing great. What about yourself, Kimberly?
I'm loving being out here. I'm loving standing in the middle of all of your goggles. We're here at the famous Goggle Bar.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. We are at the Goggle Bar, and it is such a cool concept in store. We love this store. It's so unique in its appearance and how we can help service you with any of your optical needs. It's not just goggles. We have glasses, sunglasses, prescription. Really, you name it, we're able to help you out here.
That's amazing. So we're at the Bridge Street location. So you've got the Goggle Bar here, and we've got quite an array of goggle selection. What do we have in front of us today?
Today, I thought we'd kind of focus on one of our favorite brands, Smith Optics. Definitely kind of like the leader in ski sport optics for sure. So I pulled a few of their models here, a great helmet. Yeah, you know, who doesn't love a good set of goggles?
Absolutely. You know, I'm a Smith girl. I don't mean to plug that, but you may have to convince me otherwise because the impressive array behind us is great. But fun story. I was on the mountain one day. It was super white out, couldn't see it. So I went straight down to the bottom of the slopes and walked in and said I need a pair of goggles, and they gave me a pair of Smiths. Yep. So tell me about them. What do we have here?
You know, we'll start over here on my right here. This is their flagship model. It's called the 4D Mag, and this is a really cool goggle with a lot of interesting tech. Namely, the lens here is going to be the kind of shining star. But you can see here it kind of goes from flat to curved. And this unique toric lens shape allows you to have a lot bigger field of vision without the goggle itself having to be massive. So this is a really cool way to kind of combat how do we keep a goggle you know, that fits a lot of faces, but also has the field of vision of a bigger goggle. You know, and on top of that too, it's one of the easiest to swap out. 1, 2 switches right here, pops right off. Comes with a second lens for those cloudier days. You can pop it right back on, lock it down, and you're on your way.
Looks amazing. I know, I love it. So I have a question about this technology in specific. Is this a new shape for this season, for the latest model, or tell me more about it?
It's been around for a couple seasons now, but it works. And it's kind of hard to see, so I would recommend you come in to actually try it on because the difference is quite outstanding. You're not going to, if you feel claustrophobic, like a lot of people do in goggles, this is a great one that kind of gives you that feeling of like no frame around your face, you know, free vision. It really does work.
Amazing. And so we've got some helmets here as well. So tell me a little bit about the helmets.
Cool. Yeah, right here we also have their top line model, Nexus. This was released last year. It features a few interesting technologies. Number one, what we always want to see is at least this yellow dot here called MIPS, or a MIPS equivalent. This is better for your brain if you fall down, which happens a lot in skiing.
It does. Can you tell me, what does MIPS stand for? So when someone goes in, they know exactly what they're talking about.
Oh man, yeah. So it's a multiple direction impact protection system. So it's quite the mouthful. But pretty much what it is, it's a liner that rotates independently in the helmet that reduces rotational violence of a crash. Because you know, we don't just crash straight down. We're typically crashing at speed with glancing blows. So this, you know, is supposed to keep your brain in a more forward position and not shaking around in your head as much, which, as we know, is what kind of causes concussions.
Absolutely. Well, helmets are important regardless of your skill level.
Exactly. Yeah. Always wear a helmet, please. You know, even if you're confident in your ability, you shouldn't be confident in other people's ability. You know.
That's exactly right. It's like defensive driving.
Defensive driving. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so this is great. So this is also a Smith helmet, and so talk to me about like the pairing. So how do you pair the goggle with the helmet, and like what do you recommend?
For sure. I mean, I recommend what fits your face and your head the best. Mixing and matching, we can do a lot, and the industry has become a lot more standardized in its shapes. But in essence, for Smith, you know, they are designed to work perfectly together. The shape of the brim of the helmet and the shape of the top of the goggle are made to actually give you a nice fit to kind of keep the top of this goggle protected from snow and stuff that would block its ability to vent. So yeah, I mean, Smith on Smith is great, but don't be afraid to kind of mix and match a little. We can find the perfect fit for you.
You've got to show off your steez.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a variety of Smith goggles here. Tell me a little bit about some of these others.
Yeah, the others, this is going to be their famous IO mag line. So this is easy interchangeability as well. Everything that we carry in Smith comes with 2 lenses, which we find it's just great. You know, you can look at the weather, see what you're doing, and choose a lens and go from there. But it's easy nowadays. Long gone are like jamming the lens into the frame. There's a little switch right back here, then it just pops right off.
I'm loving this new technology.
It's so easy.
Gone are the days of shoving your lens into a rubber outside.
Yeah, it was always tough. People's thumbs hurt. Dad was always upset when he had to do all 4 kids at,
Yep.
in the morning. Now the kids can do it themselves.
That's great, and they probably love doing that as well.
Exactly.
So Eyepieces of Vail, you're so unique here in what you do. You've got not only a wide array of goggle selection, but you also can fit people with prescriptions for their goggles specifically. Tell me a little more about that.
We can. So we specialize in prescription, prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, but also one that you don't see a lot of is prescription goggles. This nifty little thing right here is a godsend for a lot of people. It fits in pretty much any goggle, not just Smith, anything on the back of the wall, we can fit this in, and it just clips in to your goggle like such. It's super easy, simple. We do this with an anti-fog coating too. That's probably the number one thing that people with glasses, when they're putting their goggles over their glasses, deal with. This helps mitigate, that from happening as much. So, great option for those that need to see while you ski.
Yeah, and it really gives a curated fit into the goggle versus your glasses where you've got 2 different angles and shapes on your face.
Correct. It's a lot more comfortable.
Yep.
It performs better, but also it's a lot safer. You don't have to risk falling and breaking your glasses. I have seen people get cut up from when their glasses break. It's a real risk that you're taking when you do that.
And safety is key, especially on the mountain, and you want to look good while you're doing it.
Exactly. We're going to help you perform your best, look your best, be your best.
So if we want to pursue this prescription option within our goggles, how do we do that? You've got a doctor here on site, so tell me all about that.
Correct, yeah. So we do have Dr. G, who's really great to work with. He comes in every Tuesday, Thursdays, both to the Edwards location and our Village Center location here in Vail Village across from Solaris. So he starts in Edwards in the morning and then comes to Vail around 3 o'clock. Appointments typically take about 30 minutes. So you can just give us a call, check availability, and we're happy to book you and get your eyes checked. And some of these we can even have done same day depending on your prescription.
So it's not just for goggle prescription. You can do a true eye doctor appointment.
Correct. Yeah. And that's if you need glasses, prescription sunglasses, goggles, anything. That'll get you set up, and we'll check your eye health to make sure everything's going well for you, and then send you on your way.
Well, I'll be booking an appointment, that's for sure. So talk to me about operating hours. So you mentioned when he's here. So what are your typical operating hours from a store perspective?
Correct. Yeah, we have 8 locations total, 6 here in Vail Village. And at the moment, pretty much most all of them are running 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Up here at Bridge Street, we start a little earlier because the gondola starts at 8:30. So that's right when we get here too. And then, so we have a lot of convenient locations. Obviously, Bridge Street here, right at the base of Gondola 1, closest retail location. Village Center across from Solaris, which is where the doctor's office is. At Sonnenalp, we have our Eyepieces Sport concept, which is a great little boutique to go into. Lion's Head, if you find yourself over in Lion's Head Village. Beaver Creek, even if you're up over there skiing in Beaver Creek. And then down in Edwards as well. And then if you find yourself over in Roaring Fork Valley, you can find us at Willits next to Whole Foods and at the base of Snowmass at the Viceroy Hotel.
So you really cover the entire Vail Valley, which is wonderful.
Yep.
No excuses. You need to upgrade your goggles this season for sure.
Yeah.
So head over to Eyepieces Vail. Well, thank you so much for talking and telling us everything, Tyler. Are there anything else that we should know if we're coming in to look for the right frame or goggle for our faces?
Just know that we're happy to help you out however we can. Even if you're just having a little troubleshooting and you're not going to buy anything, we're just happy to be here and offer any service that we can.
It's great. Well, they offer white glove service here at the Goggle Bar. Make sure that you head over to Eyepieces of Vail. You'll get to chat with Tyler and everyone else here in the store. So lots of exciting things happening. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Snooki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Thank you so much for spending your President's Day Monday with us here at Good Morning Vail. We loved this Covered Bridge edition. All things Covered Bridge today on Good Morning Vail. Now get on out there, have some fun, keep on smiling, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.